I'm a board-certified neurologist and your go-to source for all things related to brain health. Today, we are discussing 7 morning mistakes that increase your risk of stroke. You may be doing some of these every single day without even realizing it, so make sure you stick around until the end, so you do not miss any of this important information. And please remember, this video is not intended to diagnose or treat any condition. Please consult your local healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding your personal health. Let's get started. Mistake no. 1 is skipping breakfast. Skipping breakfast has been linked to an increased risk of stroke. Studies have found that people who regularly skip breakfast are more likely to have a stroke than those who eat breakfast every day. One reason for this is that when you skip breakfast, you may be more likely to overeat later in the day, which can lead to obesity and high blood pressure, both of which are risk factors for stroke. Additionally, studies have shown that eating breakfast helps to stabilize blood sugar levels throughout the day, which can help reduce the risk of stroke. For example, a study published in the journal Stroke found that people who ate breakfast every day had a lower risk of stroke compared to those who skipped breakfast. Another study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that eating a high-protein breakfast can help improve blood pressure control in people with hypertension. This is important because high blood pressure is a major risk factor for stroke. Overall, while more research is needed to fully understand the relationship between breakfast and stroke risk, current evidence suggests that eating breakfast may be an important step in reducing your risk of stroke. Mistake number 2, drinking too much coffee. Now, I'm a coffee lover myself, but it's important to be aware of the risks of drinking too much coffee. Several studies have linked excessive coffee consumption to an increased risk of stroke. For example, a study published in the journal Neurology found that people who drank 4 or more cups of caffeinated coffee per day were 21% more likely to have a stroke than those who drank less than 1 cup per day. Another study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that people who consumed more than 5 cups of coffee per day had an increased risk of heart disease and stroke. The recommended amount of caffeine for adults is no more than 400 milligrams per day, which is about the amount of caffeine in 4 cups of brewed coffee. Consuming more than this amount can lead to symptoms like increased heart rate, elevated blood pressure, tremors, insomnia, and other issues. In particular, studies have found that consuming high amounts of caffeine during pregnancy can also increase the risk of stroke in offspring. So it is important to be mindful of your coffee consumption and ensure that you are not exceeding the recommended limits. While enjoying a cup or 2 of coffee can be perfectly safe, it's crucial to avoid overconsumption to protect your overall health and well-being. Mistake no. 3. Being sedentary. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into a cycle of inactivity, especially in the morning when we're often rushing to get to work or school. However, starting your day off by being sedentary can have serious implications for your health, particularly your risk of stroke. A study published in the journal Neurology found that people who spent most of their waking hours sitting were 24% more likely to have a stroke compared to those who were more active. Another study published in the British Medical Journal found that every hour of sitting time increased the risk of developing cardiovascular disease by 6. That's not just sitting. Another study found that even in people who exercise regularly, sitting for long periods of time can still increase the risk of stroke. Prolonged sitting can cause the body to become stiff, which can lead to poor posture and an increased risk of falls. Additionally, being sedentary for long periods of time can cause a buildup of toxins in the body, which can damage the brain and increase the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. Therefore, it's essential to start your day off on the right foot by getting up and moving regularly, even if it's just for a few minutes at a time. Simple activities such as taking a walk, doing some light stretching, or getting up from your seat every half an hour can make a significant difference in reducing your risk of stroke and improving your overall health and well-being. Mistake number 4 is smoking. Smoking is a major risk factor for stroke, heart disease, and other chronic conditions. It damages the blood vessels and raises blood pressure, both of which contribute to an increased risk of stroke. Studies have shown that smokers are 2 to 4 times more likely to have a stroke than non. Additionally, smoking reduces the amount of oxygen in the blood, which can lead to brain damage. Quitting smoking is one of the best things you can do for your health, not only to reduce your risk of stroke, but also to improve your overall quality of life and reduce the risk of various other diseases. Fortunately, there are resources available to help you quit, such as the National Quit Line, Gov, and the American Lung Association. These resources can provide you with support, counseling, and medications to help you quit successfully. Don't hesitate to reach out for help. Making the decision to quit smoking is a positive step towards a healthier future and reducing your risk of stroke and other chronic conditions. Mistake number 5, drinking alcohol. Now, we all know that drinking too much alcohol can cause problems. However, many people don't realize that drinking any amount of alcohol in the morning can actually increase your risk of having a stroke. Several studies have shown that people who drink alcohol first thing in the morning are more likely to have a stroke than those who do not drink alcohol in the morning. One reason for this is that alcohol can raise blood pressure, and high blood pressure is a major risk factor for stroke. Alcohol can also cause dehydration, which can lead to an imbalance of electrolytes in the body. This can cause the heart to beat irregularly, which can increase the risk of stroke. Additionally, alcohol can interact with certain medications, including those used to manage blood pressure and other risk factors for stroke. It is important to note that the negative effects of morning alcohol consumption can be felt even if you drink heavily. Several studies have linked moderate levels of alcohol consumption in the morning to an increased risk of stroke. Therefore, it is best to avoid drinking alcohol in the morning altogether to reduce your risk of stroke and other health problems. If you do choose to drink alcohol, it is important to do so in moderation and at least 2 hours away from any medication you may be taking. Mistake no. 6. Stress. We all experience stress from time to time, but did you know that morning stress can increase your risk of stroke? Research shows that stress can cause a spike in blood pressure and heart rate, which puts extra strain on your heart and blood vessels. Over time, this can lead to damage in the arteries and increase your risk of stroke. Additionally, stress can cause you to make unhealthy food and lifestyle choices, such as consuming processed foods, sugary drinks, and tobacco, all of which can contribute to high blood pressure and other risk factors for stroke. To manage stress in the morning, it's helpful to establish a routine that includes activities such as yoga, meditation, or deep breathing exercises. Taking some time to relax and distress in the morning can help set a positive tone for the rest of the day and reduce your risk of stroke. Mistake number 7 is not getting enough sleep. Most adults need 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night to function properly. However, many people don't get enough sleep, especially in the morning when they may wake up early for work or other commitments. Not getting enough sleep can increase your risk of stroke by several mechanisms. First, sleep deprivation can lead to high blood pressure, which is a major risk factor for stroke. Additionally, lack of sleep can cause hormonal changes in the body, leading to elevated levels of cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones can cause an increased heart rate and constricted blood vessels, putting extra strain on the heart and increasing the risk of stroke. Furthermore, sleep deprivation can cause inflammation in the body, which has been linked to an increased risk of stroke. To prevent these issues, it's essential to prioritize sleep and aim for 7 to 8 hours each night. Establishing a regular sleep schedule and creating a relaxing bedtime routine. We all know that public restrooms are breeding grounds for bacteria. The seats are often dirty and the flush handles are rarely clean. To protect yourself from picking up harmful microbes, always use toilet seat covers. These flimsy pieces of paper aren't just for decoration. They act as a barrier between you and the less than sanitary surface below. But before you sit down, make sure to cover up. If you're in a public restroom without these covers, try squatting. If you must go, then wash your hands thoroughly afterward. But remember, even toilet seat covers aren't 100% protection, so be cautious and practice good hygiene. No. 3. Never eat or drink while standing. It may seem convenient at times, but eating or drinking while standing is a habit you should break. Not only does it send a signal to your brain that it is okay to consume calories without fully realizing it, leading to overeating, but it also lacks mindfulness. Sitting down provides a moment for your brain to register that you're about to eat. This allows for better portion control and prevents mindless snacking. It also helps to reduce the risk of choking because when you stand up suddenly, there's a higher chance that you might trip or bump into something, potentially causing an accident. Finally, standing while consuming liquids can lead to spills, which can be messy and inconvenient. Instead, take a moment to sit down, relax, and enjoy your meal. Not only will it be more enjoyable, but it will also be safer and more satisfying. No. 2. Never stay in a hot tub too long. While indulging in a hot tub might sound like a relaxing idea, staying in one for too long can be dangerous. The high temperature can cause your body to become dehydrated, leading to an increased risk of heat stroke. Moreover, prolonged exposure to hot tubs can lead to something called hypothermia, where your body temperature becomes too low. This can be life-threatening if not treated promptly. Additionally, the hot water can dilate your blood vessels, which can lead to a drop in blood pressure and even fainting. If you choose to enjoy a hot tub, do so in moderation. Limit your time and take frequent breaks to cool down and rehydrate. This will help you avoid the potential health risks associated with overheating and ensure that you have a safe and enjoyable experience. Number 1. Never use a rubber duck in the bathtub. Rubber ducks, once a staple in many children's bath times, have now been linked to potential health risks. The outside may appear clean, but these toys can harbor a significant amount of bacteria, particularly in the nooks and crannies of their design. Over time, these bacteria can seep into your child's skin through prolonged contact. Common signs of infection include redness, tenderness, or swelling around the affected area. If left untreated, these minor infections can escalate into more serious skin conditions. The material of rubber ducks, polyvinyl chloride, or PVC, can also pose a threat. Over time, this material can leach harmful chemicals such as phthalates and BPA into the water. Phthalates are used to make plastics more flexible and have been linked to reproductive issues, developmental problems, and certain cancers. BPA, on the other hand, is known to disrupt the body's endocrine system, potentially leading to various health problems. Given these risks, consider replacing your rubber duck with safer alternatives. Opt for toys made from non-toxic materials such as silicone or natural rubber, and ensure they are free of BPA and fumes. By making this simple switch, you can help protect your child's health and ensure they have a fun and safe bath time. Now, the second mistake that most of us do in the morning, which many people don't even realize, is we continue to drink our bad habits from the previous night. So, for example, if at night before going to bed you had a heavy meal, drinking alcohol, having a late night snack, or stayed up too late watching TV or using your phone. All of these are habits that can keep you up, prevent you from getting a good night's sleep, and cause you to be grumpy and irritable in the morning. For example, let us say last night, you were working on an important project and didn't take a break to eat on time. You might wake up feeling hungry and irritated because your body needs fuel to function properly. If you give in to those cravings right away and eat a heavy breakfast, this can be problematic for 2 reasons. Firstly, eating too much too soon after waking up puts a lot of pressure on your digestive system. When you eat, your body produces digestive juices and sends them to your stomach to help break down the food. But if you eat too much too soon, your digestive system may not have enough time to produce enough juices, leading to indigestion, bloating, gas, and a feeling of discomfort. Secondly, consuming a heavy breakfast right away can disrupt your body's natural rhythm. Your body has an internal clock called the circadian rhythm that regulates various bodily functions, including digestion. Eating a large meal right when you wake up can throw off your circadian rhythm and lead to digestive issues. It also tells your brain that it's time to eat again, making you feel hungry sooner. Not only that, but continuing to drink our bad habits from the previous night can also affect our energy levels. Let's say you went to bed late last night, scrolling through social media or watching TV. This can keep your brain active and make it difficult to fall asleep. As a result, you might wake up feeling tired and sluggish without the energy to tackle the day. Continuing this pattern by staying up too late again can create a vicious cycle, making it harder and harder to get a good night's sleep. The more you stay up, the more tired you become the next day, which leads to you going to bed earlier than usual, which means you don't get enough sleep, and then the cycle starts all over again. So what should we do instead? Well, here are 3 tips to help you avoid the pitfalls of drinking your bad habits in the morning. First, try to go to bed early. Going to bed early will help you get a full night's rest and wake up feeling refreshed and energized. It's important to establish a regular sleep schedule and stick to it as much as possible, even on weekends. This will help regulate your body's circadian rhythm and improve your sleep quality. Try to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. This may vary depending on individual needs, but most adults need at least 7 hours of sleep per night to function properly. Create a relaxing bedtime routine that signals to your body that it's time to sleep. This could include things like dimming the lights, turning off electronics, reading a book, or taking a warm bath. Avoid using screens before bed as the blue light emitted from screens can interfere with your body's natural sleep rhythm. Second, if you must stay up late for work or other obligations, try to wind down before going to bed by doing something relaxing, like reading, taking a warm bath, or practicing deep breathing exercises. This will help signal to your body that it has time to sleep and make it easier to fall asleep. If possible, try to avoid working on tasks that require a lot of mental stimulation close to bedtime, such as solving complex problems or making important decisions. These activities can keep your mind active and make it harder to relax and fall asleep. Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool. These conditions promote better sleep quality and can help you fall asleep faster. Consider using blackout curtains, earplugs, or a white noise machine to create a more conducive sleeping environment. And third, don't skip breakfast! Skipping breakfast can lead to low blood sugar levels, which can cause irritability and difficulty concentrating. Eating a nutritious breakfast can help stabilize your blood sugar levels and provide you with the energy you need to start your day. However, it's important to choose the right type of breakfast. Avoid sugary or high-fat breakfast options, as they can cause blood sugar spikes and crashes, leaving you feeling more hungry and irritable. Instead, opt for a balanced breakfast that includes a combination of complex carbohydrates, protein, and healthy fats. Some examples of healthy breakfast options include oatmeal with nuts and seeds, whole grain toast with avocado and a boiled egg, or Greek yogurt with fruit and granola. It's also important to be mindful of how quickly you consume your breakfast. Eating too fast can cause you to swallow air, which can lead to bloating and discomfort. Take your time to chew your food thoroughly and enjoy your breakfast without rushing. Taking these steps can help ensure that you have a smooth and enjoyable morning routine that sets you up for success throughout the day. Remember, the way you start your day can have a ripple effect on the rest of your day. By establishing healthy morning habits, you can set yourself up for a more productive and fulfilling day. Another risky habit that many people engage in, especially in the morning, is biting into a heavy, greasy, or sugary breakfast right away. Foods loaded with unhealthy fats and refined sugars can trigger a rapid spike in blood sugar and cholesterol levels. Over time, this can damage arteries, accelerate plaque buildup, and make it easier for a stroke to occur. Additionally, starting your day with sugary foods can lead to an energy crash, leaving you feeling sluggish and fatigued a few hours later. Instead, it's a better idea to opt for a balanced breakfast that includes a combination of complex carbohydrates, lean proteins, and healthy fats. This can help stabilize your blood sugar levels and provide you with sustained energy throughout the morning. Some examples of healthy breakfast options include whole grain toast with avocado and tomato, Greek yogurt with berries and nuts, or a vegetable omelette with whole wheat toast. By making smart food choices in the morning, you can fuel your body with the nutrients it needs to stay energized and focused throughout the day, while reducing your risk of developing serious health conditions. For those who often find themselves feeling unwell or lacking energy in the morning, there is hope. There are several effective strategies that can help improve your overall well-being and leave you feeling revitalized and ready to take on the day. One approach is to prioritize sleep and aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Lack of sleep can contribute to feelings of illness, fatigue, and brain fog, making it crucial to establish a consistent sleep schedule and create a relaxing bedtime routine. In addition to getting enough sleep, maintaining a balanced diet can also make a significant difference. Focus on consuming whole, unprocessed foods, such as fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. These foods provide essential nutrients that support optimal brain and body function and can help boost energy levels throughout the day. Staying hydrated is also crucial, as even mild dehydration can cause fatigue and a general feeling of Make sure to drink plenty of water throughout the day and avoid sugary drinks, which can contribute to energy crashes. Another important factor to consider is stress management. Chronic stress can take a toll on both physical and mental health, leading to feelings of burnout and exhaustion. Incorporate stress-reducing practices into your daily routine, such as yoga, meditation, or spending time in nature. Regular exercise can also have a profound impact on overall well-being. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate-intensity exercise most days of the week. Exercise releases endorphins that improve mood and increase energy levels, making it an effective strategy for combating feelings of illness and fatigue. Moreover, it's essential to listen to your body and take rest days when needed. Pushing yourself too hard can lead to burnout, fatigue, and decreased performance. Allow yourself time to recover and recharge so that you can tackle the next day with renewed energy and focus. Lastly, consider consulting a healthcare professional if you continue to experience persistent feelings of illness or fatigue. There may be underlying medical conditions or lifestyle factors that require attention to improve your overall well-being. By taking proactive steps to address your health and well-being, you can transform your mornings and start each day feeling refreshed, energized, and ready to embrace new opportunities and challenges. Our first point is Sientanas dan mistake. Now, this may sound like an oxymoron, but it's actually quite simple. When you wake up in the morning, many people immediately reach for that beloved cup of coffee or tea. And let's face it, That steaming mug holds the promise of a productive day ahead. For some, it's the morning ritual that signifies the start of a new day. However, if you are susceptible to high blood pressure, heart rhythm problems, or more prone to stroke, it's wise to avoid that initial cup until after you've had something to eat. Here's why. You see, when you drink coffee or caffeinated beverages on an empty stomach, the caffeine gets absorbed directly into your bloodstream without any food to buffer its effects. Caffeine, a stimulant, begins to work almost immediately, causing a surge in adrenaline production. This hormone initially boosts your heart rate and increases blood flow, giving you that invigorating feeling. But too much of a good thing can turn harmful if you're not used to having caffeine first thing in the morning. This sudden spike in adrenaline and the subsequent release of extra sugar into your blood can cause your blood pressure to rise quickly. Over time, consistently spiking your blood pressure this way can damage your arteries and raise your risk of heart disease and stroke. Additionally, caffeine can interfere with your heart's natural rhythm, leading to potentially dangerous arrhythmias. This is particularly concerning if you already have a history of heart rhythm problems or other risk factors for stroke. It's important to note that everyone reacts differently to caffeine. Some people can enjoy a morning cup without any issues, while others, especially those with health concerns, may need to avoid it altogether. If you fall into the latter category, it is crucial to find alternatives like decaffeinated coffee or herbal teas that provide that comforting ritual without the potential risks. Here's a simple solution to tackle this issue. Don't rush your cup of coffee. Instead, wait at least 30 minutes after breakfast before enjoying that first cup. This allows your body to digest some food, absorb nutrients, and prepare itself better for the effects of caffeine. But remember, everyone is different. If you don't feel comfortable drinking coffee on an empty stomach, trust your instincts and opt for a caffeine-free beverage first thing in the morning. Your heart will thank you. Let's move on to our next point. No. 2. B complex. Did you know that 30% of Americans are deficient in B6, or that nearly 40% aren't getting enough B12? Well, deficiencies in these essential B vitamins can really wreak havoc on your body. Let's focus on B6, also known as pyruvate. When you don't have enough of it, you may notice an increase in inflammation. And when you combine low levels of B6 with an empty stomach, that inflammation can go into overdrive. Your body uses B6 to make chemicals that help regulate your immune system and keep inflammation under control. Without enough B6, your immune cells start to misbehave, leading to excessive inflammation. And where does all this extra inflammation show up? In your joints, it can manifest as discomfort and pain, making everyday tasks feel like a chore. Imagine trying to get through your day with a dull, persistent ache in your muscles and bones. Not exactly the kind of motivation that helps you conquer your to-do list. And that's just the beginning. Studies have shown that a lack of B6 can even lead to depression. That's how vital this vitamin is to your overall mental well-being. Now let's shift our focus to B12, a vitamin that plays a crucial role in the production of red blood cells and keeps your nervous system functioning smoothly. A deficiency in B12 can lead to anemia, fatigue, and even nerve damage. Having an empty stomach and low levels of B12 can be a problematic combination. You see, your body needs B12 to make proteins that help your stomach absorb food. Without enough B12, your stomach lining can't protect itself, leading to stomach ulcers and making it harder for your body to absorb nutrients. It's a vicious cycle. Low B12 levels result in poor nutrient absorption, which can worsen the deficiency. The best part of the story is that incorporating foods rich in B vitamins like poultry, fish, beans, and whole grains into your diet can help prevent these issues. For instance, a bowl of oatmeal not only provides fiber and complex carbohydrates, but also a good dose of B vitamins, helping to kickstart your metabolism and support brain function. If you suspect you might have a B vitamin deficiency, don't hesitate to consult your healthcare provider. They can help you determine if you need a supplement and recommend the right ones for you. Next up, we have point number 3, which is B complex. We've already touched upon the importance of B vitamins, so let's delve deeper. Picture this. You wake up early, perhaps to study for an upcoming exam, or to work on a project. You're eager to tackle the day, but your mind isn't fully focused. Enter caffeine, that magical elixir that promises to sharpen your thinking and boost your productivity. You drink that cup of coffee and soon you're feeling more alert. But what's really happening to your body? When you consume caffeine on an empty stomach, it gets absorbed into your bloodstream more quickly, leading to a faster and more intense surge of adrenaline. This causes your blood vessels to constrict, reducing blood flow to your brain. Ironically, this means that instead of improving your cognitive performance, caffeine can actually impair your ability to concentrate. Research has shown that high levels of stress hormones like adrenaline can interfere with your memory, attention span, and overall cognitive function. So that jolt of energy you thought would help you power through your work might actually be hindering your productivity. And there's more. Caffeine is a diuretic, meaning it increases urine production. This can lead to dehydration, which in turn affects your concentration and can even cause headaches. In fact, studies have found a direct correlation between caffeine consumption and headache frequency. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful, please do us a favor and hit the like button. It will tell the platform to spread the video to more people and help them too. Thanks for being here. Now let's continue with our next point, which is C-complex. It's similar to what we have already discussed about B-complex. If you enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to stay tuned for more informative content. And if you found value in our discussion, please consider supporting us. Your support helps us continue delivering quality content. Now, back to our topic. Consuming citrus fruits on an empty stomach can be a rather risky move. Citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, and limes are highly acidic. When consumed on an empty stomach, they can trigger a surge of acid in your digestive tract. This sudden increase in acidity can lead to heartburn, a burning sensation in your chest, a symptom you definitely want to avoid, especially if you already suffer from indigestion. But that's not all. Citrus fruits are also rich in vitamin C, an essential nutrient that boosts your immune system and aids in collagen production. While vitamin C is generally safe for most people, those with sensitive stomachs might experience nausea and stomach pain when consuming large amounts of it, especially on an empty stomach. The high levels of vitamin C in citrus fruits can stimulate the secretion of gastric acid, leading to discomfort and irritation in the stomach lining. If you love citrus fruits, there is a simple solution. Have them after a meal instead of on an empty stomach. Eating a meal first helps to neutralize the acid in the fruit before it reaches your stomach, reducing the risk of heartburn and other digestive issues. Now let's explore another potential problem, which is drinking milk or dairy products on an empty stomach. Drinking milk or dairy products on an empty stomach can trigger a series of reactions in your body that can lead to discomfort and health issues. Milk contains lactose, a sugar that some people have difficulty digesting due to a lack of the necessary enzyme called lactase. When this happens, the undigested lactose reaches the large intestine where bacteria ferment it, producing gases and acids. These gases can cause bloating and abdominal pain, while the acids can lead to diarrhea and an altered bowel movement routine. However, this issue isn't limited to those who are lactose intolerant. Milk also contains casein, a protein that can be challenging for some individuals to digest properly. When casein isn't broken down effectively, it can cause an immune response, leading to symptoms such as coughing, wheezing, and skin rashes. In the morning, when we wake up, our body is in a very delicate state. The night has been long, and our body needs a slow and steady start to the day. But often we do things that jolt our system awake, and these are things that we should strictly avoid. And we are going to discuss about 9 such habits today that we should avoid in the morning, because doing them can be harmful for us. So let's find out what they are. The first thing is drinking very cold water. Now, generally speaking, drinking cold water is not bad for anyone. It's fine, but when it comes to drinking very cold water in the morning, say you have slept during the night and at the time of sleep, your body temperature falls down so that you can sleep well. Now, if in the morning you drink a glass of ice-cold water, what happens is the inner lining of your stomach contracts suddenly, which affects the functioning of the digestive system. Also, the body gets a mini shock. In fact, a few people even experience a pain in their chest when they drink ice-cold water in the morning. This shocking effect of ice-cold water makes your arteries tense, causing a sudden rise in blood pressure. And this can be very dangerous for people who already have weak or fragile arteries. They may get a heart attack or a stroke due to this sudden rise in blood pressure. Now, some people don't like drinking normal water. They always want it to be cool, or in some cases, they like it to be very hot. Well, this also is not good. You see, when you drink hot water in the morning, there is a sudden expansion of the blood vessels. This sends a signal to your brain to pump more blood. And while this is happening, if your arteries are weak, it can burst, leading to a heart attack or a stroke. So it's best to drink normal temperature water in the morning. If it is too hot or too cold, then leave it. Give it some time and bring it to room temperature and then drink it. Next, Another thing that is not good for us in the morning is eating or drinking anything acidic. Now, what does that mean? C. In the morning, our digestive system is sluggish. It is not ready to digest any food. What will happen if you eat something in the morning? It will remain in your stomach for the whole day. And it will ferment, the bacteria will grow in it, and this will cause acidity, gas, bloating, indigestion, and many other problems. Also, it will disturb the alkaline level of your body, making you feel tired and weak throughout the day. The best thing is to wait for some time until your body shows signs of hunger. And whenever you feel hungry, just have some alkaline food, such as boiled vegetables, steamed rice, fruits like banana, papaya, watermelon, etc. These foods will help to balance the pH of your body and make you feel fresh and active throughout the day. Another thing that we should not do in the morning is brushing our teeth immediately after waking up. C. In the morning, as soon as we wake up, there are millions of bacteria in our mouth. These bacteria, along with the food particles, produce acids that cause tooth decay. So when we wake up in the morning, there are more acids in our mouth than usual. If we brush our teeth at this time, these acids enter inside the teeth, causing sensitivity in the teeth and gums. Later, when we eat or drink anything, these acids react with the food particles and cause cavities. To avoid this, don't brush your teeth immediately after waking up. Wait for at least 30 minutes. During this time, the production of acids in the mouth will reduce, and you can brush your teeth without any problem. But here, I would like to mention that you must brush your teeth in the morning, because it helps to remove the bacteria in the mouth, and this protects you from many infections. Another thing that we should not do in the morning is to check our mobile phone or computer first thing. When we wake up, should never check our emails, messages, or social media. It doesn't matter how important they are. Doing this first thing gives a jolt to your nervous system. See, when you check your mobile phone, you bring your attention to the virtual world. You start seeing the emails, messages, and social posts. And all this brings stress to your mind. In fact, checking the mobile phone in the morning creates a lot of confusion in the mind. Suddenly, you get reminded of all the pending tasks and projects. You start thinking about what to do and what's the deadline. And this constant pressure of pending work makes you feel nervous. So try to stay away from mobile phones, televisions, and computers in the morning. Don't get into the virtual world. Instead, look at the beautiful world around you. Look at the trees, sky, clouds, flowers, birds, and animals. Staying away from gadgets in the morning lets your mind relax and enjoy the present moment. And this automatically reduces stress and anxiety. Another thing that we should not do in the morning is to think about the past or future. This is a very important point, but most of us are not aware of it. See? Our mind always wanders into the past or future. It constantly thinks about the mistakes that have happened or may happen in the future. This habit makes your mind tense, and this tension directly affects your health. Whenever we think about the past, we feel regretful. We feel sad about the mistakes that we have made or the opportunities that we have lost. On the other hand, when we think about the future, we worry about what may happen. We start imagining all kinds of worst situations. Both these things fill our mind with negative thoughts. They make us anxious, and this is why we should never indulge in these thoughts, especially in the morning. In the morning, our mind is very fresh. It is like a new day has begun. So use this time to plant good seeds in the mind. Think positive. Think of all the opportunities that are waiting for you. Think of all the success and achievements that will come to you in the future. Plant these good thoughts in your mind because they will definitely grow one day. Next, another thing that we should avoid in the morning is taking a sudden jump or jerk. See, when you take a sudden jump or jerk, your body gets a mini shock. This sudden movement makes your arteries shrink suddenly, and this causes a rapid increase in blood pressure. Not only this, a sudden jump can also hurt your bones and joints. The discs in your spine can bulge. You can get a sprain or strain in your muscles or ligaments. That's why you should avoid any kind of sudden jerks in the morning. Avoid exercises like push-ups, sit-ups, and jerks in yoga. Instead, do some light stretches and movements, like neck movements, shoulder rotations, arm stretches, leg stretches, etc. Next, another thing that we should not do in the morning is to eat or drink anything salty. C. In the morning, if you eat salty food, it dehydrates your body. When your body becomes dehydrated, you lose your energy. You start feeling lazy and tired. And this makes you feel very low in the morning itself. Plus, eating salty food in the morning increases the amount of sodium in the body. This can lead to hypertension in the long run. That's why you should never eat salty food in the morning. Eat only fresh and nutritious food. Have fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. All these foods make you feel energetic and active in the morning. And lastly, we should never ignore nature's call in the morning. Many people complain that they don't feel like going to the toilet in the morning. Some say that they have to go, but they wait for some time and then go later. See, when you ignore nature's call, the toxins start accumulating in your body. This slows down your metabolism and affects your digestion. And this is why you should never ignore nature's call, whether you feel like it or not. Go to the toilet. Empty your bowels. By doing this, you will keep your body free from all the toxins. You will feel very light and energetic. So these are the 9 things that we should not do in the morning. Try to avoid them. And always remember, no habit is bad. If you do them occasionally, they won't harm you. Only when you make them a daily habit, they become bad habits. And that's what exactly happens in life. Even small things. If done regularly, they become big problems. So take care. Do you know why we get goosebumps when we are cold or scared? It's because our sympathetic nervous system is being activated. This is also known as the fight or flight response. When this happens, our bodies release stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. But did you know that having frequent stressful mornings can have a negative impact on your health? In today's fast-paced world, it's not uncommon for many of us to start our days in a stressful manner. You might be rushing to get ready for work while checking your phone and reading bad news, getting into an argument with your spouse about who forgot to take out the trash, or trying to get your kids ready, while making sure they do you and forget anything for their field trip. All of these activities can cause a significant amount of stress, which in turn can lead to an increase in blood pressure, heart rate, and other physical changes that can negatively affect our overall health. Stressful mornings may seem like just a small part of our daily lives, but they can have a big impact on our health. If they become a regular occurrence, in fact, studies have shown that chronic stress can contribute to a variety of health problems, including high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, and depression. So it is important that we find ways to manage our stress levels and make sure our mornings are so hectic. So let's talk about why you should never ignore continuous goosebumps. Let's begin. No. 1. Stressful mornings can trigger the release of stress hormones. When we experience stress, our body releases hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones are designed to help us cope with the immediate threat. But too much of these hormones over a long period of time can have a detrimental effect on our health. For example, cortisol can raise blood sugar levels, weaken the immune system, and increase inflammation in the body. Adrenaline can cause increased heart rate and blood pressure, which can put a strain on the cardiovascular system. Morning stress can lead to an accumulation of these stress hormones throughout the day, leading to a range of physical and psychological problems. It is important to find ways to manage stress in the morning, so that we can keep our stress hormone levels within a healthy range. Practicing mindfulness, deep breathing exercises, or gentle yoga poses can help activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for calming the body down. By taking a few moments to center ourselves in the morning, we can set the tone for a more relaxed and productive day. Number 2. Continuous goosebumps can indicate underlying health concerns. While occasional goosebumps may be a normal reaction to cold temperatures or intense emotions, persistent or continuous goosebumps could be a sign of an underlying health condition. One possible cause is hypothyroidism, where the thyroid gland doesn't produce enough hormones. This can slow down the body's metabolism and cause a person to feel colder than usual, leading to goosebumps even in warm environments. Another potential cause is anemia, which occurs when there isn't enough iron in the body to produce healthy red blood cells. This can reduce the amount of oxygen in the bloodstream, making it difficult for the body to regulate its temperature and resulting in Additionally, diabetes can cause nerve damage that affects the body's ability to regulate temperature, leading to persistent goosebumps. If you're experiencing continuous goosebumps, it is important to consult a healthcare professional to rule out any underlying health conditions and get the appropriate treatment. No. 3. Chronic stress can increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. We all experience stress from time to time, but when it becomes chronic and long-term, it can have serious consequences for our health. Studies have shown that chronic stress can increase the risk of cardiovascular disease by activating the sympathetic nervous system and triggering the release of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones can raise blood pressure and increase the heart rate, putting extra strain on the cardiovascular system. Over time, this can lead to the buildup of plaque in the arteries, which increases the risk of heart attack and stroke, in addition to lifestyle factors such as diet and exercise. Chronic stress is considered one of the major risk factors for cardiovascular disease. Managing stress through techniques like mindfulness, meditation, and yoga can help reduce the risk of heart disease and other chronic conditions. So if you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed out, it is important to take steps to manage your stress levels for the sake of your overall health and well-being. No. 4. Persistent goosebumps may affect sleep quality. When we're feeling physically uncomfortable, such as when we have goosebumps, it can be difficult to fall asleep and stay asleep. This is because our brains are constantly trying to process and respond to external stimuli, and physical discomfort is no exception. The sensation of goosebumps can trigger a fight or flight response in our bodies, which releases hormones like adrenaline and cortisol that make it harder to relax and fall asleep. Additionally, if someone has a medical condition that is causing their goosebumps, such as restless leg syndrome, it can make it even more difficult to fall asleep and stay asleep, since the condition causes an irresistible urge to move the legs, which can disrupt sleep patterns. If you're struggling with sleep, it is important to address any underlying medical conditions and find ways to manage any physical discomfort that may be interfering with your ability to sleep. This may involve making changes to your diet, getting regular exercise, practicing relaxation techniques, or seeking professional help to diagnose and treat any sleep disorders. Improving sleep quality can have a significant impact on your overall health and well-being, so it's worth investing the time and effort to find what works for you. No. 5. Chronic stress can weaken the immune system. When we're under chronic stress, our bodies are constantly flooded with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. This can weaken our immune systems and make us more susceptible to illnesses like colds and flu. Our immune system relies on a delicate balance of hormones, and when stress hormones like cortisol are elevated, it can disrupt this balance and impair our immune function. Additionally, chronic stress can lead to unhealthy behaviors like skipping meals or not getting enough sleep, which can further weaken our immune systems. Studies have shown that people who experience chronic stress are more likely to develop illnesses and have slower recovery times. That's why it's important to find healthy ways to manage stress, such as exercise, yoga, or meditation, to keep our immune system strong and reduce our risk of illness. No. 6. Continuous goosebumps can be a sign of low self. When we're feeling emotionally vulnerable or insecure, our bodies may react by producing goosebumps as a way to protect us from external threats. For example, if we're in a social situation where we feel judged or humiliated, our bodies may produce goosebumps as a response to the emotional discomfort we're experiencing. Similarly, if we're facing a new challenge or taking on a new responsibility, our bodies may produce goosebumps as a way to cope with the stress and uncertainty of the situation. However, if we continue to experience social anxiety or stress on a regular basis, it can lead to a decline in our mental health and contribute to feelings of depression or low self. In these cases, it's important to seek professional help to address the underlying emotional issues and develop healthy coping mechanisms. By doing so, we can improve our mental health and build a stronger sense of self-confidence and self-worth. Number 2. Stressful mornings can lead to unhealthy habits. When our mornings start off stressful, we may be tempted to reach for the first source of comfort we see, whether that's caffeine, sugary foods, or excessive screen time. These habits may provide a temporary distraction from our stress, but they can quickly lead to a cycle of unhealthy behavior that can negatively impact our physical and mental health. For example, consuming too much caffeine or sugar can lead to anxiety and disrupt our sleep patterns, while spending too much time on our phones can cause eye strain and disrupt our focus. It is important to be aware of the potential negative effects of these habits and find healthier alternatives to manage stress in the morning. Some options include taking a few deep breaths, practicing mindfulness, or going for a short walk. By making small changes to our morning routines, we can set ourselves up for a more productive and fulfilling day while prioritizing our health and well-being. No. 8. Persistent goosebumps can be a sign of depression. While occasional goosebumps may be a normal reaction to certain situations, persistent or unexplained goosebumps can be a sign of depression in some cases. Depression is a mental health condition that can cause a range of symptoms, including changes in mood, behavior, and physical reactions. When a person is experiencing depression, they may feel a lack of joy or pleasure in activities that they once enjoyed. They may also feel apathetic or indifferent to positive experiences, such as receiving praise or spending time with loved ones. In addition, people who are depressed may have trouble concentrating, making decisions, or remembering things. They may also have changes in their appetite or sleep patterns. If you're concerned that you or someone you know may be experiencing depression, it's important to seek professional help. A mental health professional can assess the symptoms and provide an accurate diagnosis and treatment plan. Remember that seeking help is a sign of strength and self-care, and that there is no shame in doing so. Physical inactivity in the morning is yet another issue. Starting your day sitting for hours without even a light stretch slows circulation and increases the risk of blood clot formation. This is particularly concerning for older adults or individuals with sedentary jobs who spend long periods sitting. The lack of movement can also lead to stiffness and reduced flexibility, making it more difficult to perform daily activities. It's important to incorporate some form of physical activity into the morning routine, such as gentle stretches, light cardio, or strength training exercises. These activities can help improve circulation, reduce the risk of blood clots, increase flexibility, and promote overall well-being. So don't start your day by staying seated for too long. Get up and move around to keep your body healthy and active. Now let's talk about the next thing that you should never do in the morning. But before we do that, make sure you hit that like button if you're finding this video helpful so far, and don't forget to subscribe for more health and wellness tips. No. 5. Skipping breakfast. Skipping breakfast is another common mistake that can negatively impact your health. It sets a bad example for those you live with and sends a message to your body that it won't receive regular nourishment. This can disrupt your metabolism and throw off your body's internal clock, making it harder to maintain a healthy weight and regulate blood sugar levels. Additionally, research has shown that breakfast is an essential meal for cognitive function. By skipping this meal, you may be depriving your brain of the nutrients it needs to function optimally, which can impact concentration, memory, and overall cognitive performance. On the other hand, eating breakfast provides your body with the energy it needs to start the day and can help prevent overeating later on. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who ate breakfast were less likely to be overweight or obese than those who skipped breakfast. Therefore, it's important to make time for a nutritious breakfast that includes a combination of protein, carbohydrates, and healthy fats. This can help you stay energized throughout the morning and set you up for a healthier day. Remember, breakfast isn't just the most important meal of the day. It's also the first opportunity you have to nourish your body and mind after a long night of fasting. So, don't skip this important meal. Fuel your body with a healthy breakfast and get ready to take on the day. Now let's move on to the next thing you should never do in the morning. But before we do that, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel. If you've enjoyed the video so far, your support means everything to us and helps us continue providing valuable content. Number 9. Drinking too much water too quickly. While staying hydrated is crucial for good health, drinking too much water too quickly in the morning can actually be harmful. When your body encounters a sudden influx of water, it can become dehydrated as your kidneys work overtime to process and eliminate the excess fluid. This can lead to a range of uncomfortable symptoms, including bloating, cramps, and nausea. Additionally, rapid hydration can shock your system, causing headaches, dizziness, or even fainting. For individuals with certain medical conditions such as kidney or liver disease, drinking large amounts of water quickly can be life-threatening. In these cases, it's important to consult with a healthcare professional to determine the appropriate amount of water intake. So while staying hydrated is important, it's crucial to do it gradually and listen to your body's cues. Avoid chugging large amounts of water on an empty stomach in the morning and instead opt for smaller amounts throughout the day. This will help you maintain proper hydration without overwhelming your system and causing any adverse effects. Remember, your body needs water to function properly, but it also needs to be able to process that water effectively. So take your time and enjoy the benefits of hydration without the discomfort. Let's continue with the next item on our list. But before we do, please give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it so far. Your feedback is greatly appreciated and helps us reach more people with our health and wellness tips. 7. Not getting enough sleep. Not getting enough sleep is a common issue that can have serious consequences for your health and well-being. When you don't get enough sleep, your body doesn't get the rest it needs to function properly, which can lead to a range of physical and mental health problems. One of the most immediate effects of not getting enough sleep is fatigue. This can make it difficult to focus on tasks during the day and can lead to accidents or errors at work or while driving. Over time, chronic sleep deprivation can lead to more serious health problems, such as obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Additionally, not getting enough sleep can negatively impact your mood, making you more irritable, anxious, or depressed. It can also weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to illness. To ensure that you get enough sleep, it's important to establish a regular sleep schedule and create a relaxing bedtime routine. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night and avoid using screens or consuming caffeine before bed. Getting enough sleep is crucial for maintaining good health and well-being. So it's important to prioritize it and make it a part of your daily routine. Now let's move on to the next thing that you should never do in the morning. But before we do that, please take a moment to share this video with your friends and family by sharing our content. You help spread awareness about these important health tips and potentially save lives. No. 8. Lying in bed for too long. The decision of when to get out of bed in the morning can significantly impact the tone of your entire day. While there is no universal rule for everyone, lying in bed for too long can lead to a range of negative consequences that affect your productivity, well-being, and overall quality of life. One of the primary issues with lying in bed for extended periods is that it disrupts your circadian rhythm. This can cause your internal body clock to become misaligned, leading to insomnia and other sleep disorders. Moreover, remaining in bed for too long can cause muscle stiffness and joint pain due to prolonged inactivity. This can make it challenging to move around freely and comfortably, impacting your mobility and flexibility. Additionally, lying in bed for an extended period can contribute to feelings of laziness and procrastination. The comfort and familiarity of your bed can make it tempting to stay there longer than intended, leading to a decrease in motivation and productivity. Furthermore, spending too much time in bed can have negative social consequences. It can make it challenging to meet friends or family for morning activities or appointments, potentially leading to feelings of isolation or loneliness. To overcome the issue of lying in bed for too long, it's important to establish a consistent morning routine. Setting an alarm and sticking to a regular sleep schedule can help regulate your circadian rhythm and ensure that you wake up feeling refreshed and ready to start the day. Engaging in light stretches or exercises in bed can help alleviate muscle stiffness and promote better blood circulation. Lastly, make a conscious effort to get out of bed as soon as possible to tackle your morning tasks and responsibilities. By following these tips, you can avoid the negative consequences of lying in bed for too long and start your day feeling energized and motivated. I am going to give you some advice that may sound like the opposite of what you want to hear. And if you can master this advice, it will be one of the most powerful tools to help you stop mistaking. Okay, here we go. On the flip side, you don't need to do anything extreme. The best approach is balance. Now let's talk about what that means. You want to start your day right. Drink water first thing in the morning. Then have a healthy breakfast that includes fruit, whole grains, and lean protein. Keep stress under control and get some light physical activity to wake up your circulation. You can use this acronym to remind yourself of the steps. We'll spell out the word balance. Each letter stands for one of these 5 things that you should do every day to help you not mistake. B is for body. Your body needs to be properly fueled and cared for to function at its best. Think about what you put into your body, both food and drink. What goes in must come out. Let's start with water. Drinking water first thing in the morning is a great way to kickstart your metabolism and flush out toxins from the previous day. When you wake up, your body is dehydrated because you haven't had anything to drink in 8 hours. Drinking water first thing in the morning helps to rehydrate your body and get things moving again. Aim for a glass or 2 of water first thing in the morning. You can add lemon juice or a splash of apple cider vinegar for extra flavor and health benefits. Next, B is also for breakfast. It's important to eat breakfast because it jumpstarts your metabolism. Many people skip breakfast or grab something unhealthy on the go. This can lead to overeating later in the day and unhealthy food choices. Eating breakfast gives you energy and helps you focus on your tasks. Studies show that people who eat breakfast are less likely to overeat and make better food choices throughout the day. Having a healthy breakfast that includes fruits, whole grains, and lean protein is a good way to start your day. Fruits are high in fiber and nutrients and low in calories. Whole grains provide complex carbohydrates, fiber, and important minerals. Lean protein sources such as Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, nuts, and seeds provide essential amino acids needed for muscle growth and repair. A is for activity. Light physical activity can help you wake up and improve your circulation. It doesn't have to be anything too intense. Even gentle stretches, yoga, or a few minutes of walking can make a difference. Exercise increases blood flow, which can help deliver oxygen and nutrients to your brain. This can help you feel more alert and focused. Gentle stretches and yoga can also help improve flexibility and reduce tension. For example, forward folds can help stretch the spine and promote relaxation. Side stretches can help open up the rib cage and improve posture. Simple arm and leg stretches can help increase flexibility and loosen up your joints. If you're unable to do any physical activity due to health reasons, just sitting in a comfortable position and practicing deep breathing exercises can help increase oxygen flow and improve your mood. L is for limit distractions. Turn off your phone and avoid checking emails or social media first thing in the morning. Give yourself time to wake up and mentally prepare for the day ahead. Set your phone to do not disturb mode or leave it in another room. Create a morning routine that helps you wake up and get ready for the day without checking your phone. This could include making your bed, getting dressed, eating breakfast, or taking a few minutes to meditate or practice gratitude. Avoid checking emails or social media first thing in the morning, as they can be overwhelming and stressful. Instead, set aside specific times during the day to check your messages and respond accordingly. Now let's move on to the second part of the word balance. These letters can help you stay on track throughout the day. N is for nourish. Continue to nourish your body with healthy foods and drinks throughout the day. Avoid sugary or processed foods, which can cause energy crashes and unhealthy cravings. Snack on fruits, vegetables, nuts, or yogurt if you're feeling hungry between meals. Stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water. Make it a habit to always have a water bottle with you. Replace sugary drinks with healthier options like infused water or unsweetened tea. Choose snacks that are high in fiber and protein, since they keep you feeling full for longer. Some good options are fruits like apples, bananas, and berries, vegetables like carrots, celery, and bell peppers, nuts like almonds and walnuts, and proteins like hard-boiled eggs, Greek yogurt, and edamame. C is for control. Manage stress effectively. Practice deep breathing, meditation, or mindfulness exercises to stay calm and focused. Take breaks when needed, and set realistic goals for yourself. Make a conscious effort to control your emotions and reactions throughout the day. When faced with a stressful situation, take a step back and assess the situation objectively. Try to remain calm and rational rather than reacting impulsively. Practice active listening skills to better understand the perspectives of others. Use positive self-talk and affirmations to maintain a positive mindset. Focus on solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Take breaks when needed to clear your head and return to the task at hand with a fresh perspective. Break down large goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Celebrate small victories along the way to stay motivated. E is for every day. Make self-care a priority every day, not just when you feel like it. Consistency is key to building healthy habits. Set reminders or use a planner to help you stay on track. Hold yourself accountable for taking care of your well-being. Find an accountability partner who can support and encourage you. Remember that self-care isn't selfish. It's essential for your overall well-being and happiness. Incorporate the principles of balance into your daily routine. Drink water, eat healthy, get some movement, manage stress, and continue to make good choices. Our previous video, 7 Morning Mistakes That Age You Fast, was well received, with many of you sharing your own morning routines in the comments. Today we're diving into another crucial topic, 10 morning mistakes that can kill you. Because it's not just about aging rapidly, it's also about living a life that is vibrant and full of energy. So let us explore how to avoid the pitfalls that drain your vitality and embrace the practices that will keep you feeling like you're on top of the world every single day. Starting with 1. Waking up stressed. When you wake up already stressed, it sets a negative tone for the entire day. Stress hormones like cortisol are released, your heart rate and blood pressure rise, and your body goes into a fight or flight mode. This constant activation over time can contribute to chronic stress, which is linked to various health issues such as high blood pressure, heart disease, weakened immunity, weight gain, digestive problems, sleep disturbances, anxiety, and depression. To combat this, establish a calming morning routine. This might involve deep breathing exercises, meditation, gentle stretches, or simply taking a few moments to yourself before diving into the day's activities. Remember, a peaceful start can lead to a peaceful day. 2. Skipping breakfast. Breakfast is often called the most important meal of the day for a reason. It provides essential nutrients that fuel your body and brain after a night of fasting. Skipping breakfast can lead to low energy levels, difficulty concentrating, mood swings, and increased hunger later in the day, often resulting in overeating at lunch. Studies show that a nutritious breakfast can improve cognitive performance, regulate blood sugar levels, and support a healthy weight, reducing risks of heart disease and stroke. Incorporate a balanced breakfast into your morning routine, including a combination of protein, complex carbohydrates, and healthy fats. 3. Drinking before then 9 a.m. While occasional drinking is generally fine for adults, drinking excessively or very early in the morning can be harmful. Drinking too much alcohol can lead to dehydration, nutrient deficiencies, liver damage, and an increased risk of various cancers. Additionally, Drinking before 9 a.m. can disrupt your body's natural sleep-wake cycle, affecting your circadian rhythm and overall sleep quality. It can also exacerbate any existing mental health conditions and lower inhibitions, leading to risky behaviors. If you choose to drink, do so in moderation and only after ensuring you have completed your most important tasks for the day. No. 4. Using your phone first thing. Starting your day by checking your phone can be mentally draining. The constant notifications and the fear of missing out FOMO can trigger stress and anxiety. Additionally, the blue light emitted from your phone's display can interfere with your natural sleep-wake cycle, making you feel groggy. Instead, resist the urge to reach for your phone first thing in the morning. Take some time to stretch, meditate, or engage in a hobby you enjoy. You'll start your day feeling more focused and energized. No. 5. Eating too quickly. Many people eat too quickly, which can lead to overeating and indigestion. When you eat quickly, your body doesn't have time to send signals to your brain that it's full, resulting in overconsumption of calories. This can contribute to weight gain and an increased risk of obesity-related diseases like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. To prevent this, take your time during meals. Chew your food thoroughly and pay attention to your body's fullness cues. No. 6. Not getting enough sunlight. Not getting enough sunlight can disrupt your circadian rhythm, the natural sleep-wake cycle that regulates various bodily functions. A lack of sunlight exposure can lead to decreased levels of vitamin D, which is essential for bone health and immune function. It can also cause seasonal affective disorder SAD, a type of depression linked to reduced sunlight during winter months. To ensure you get enough sunlight, aim for at least 10 to 30 minutes of exposure daily. During this time, your skin can synthesize vitamin D, and your body's internal clock can be reset. Number 2. Using artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners are often found in diet drinks, candies, and other processed foods. While they may help reduce calorie intake, studies have shown that they can negatively affect gut bacteria, potentially leading to an increased risk of conditions like diabetes, obesity, and even cancer. Moreover, some research suggests that artificial sweeteners can impact your sense of taste, making it harder to distinguish between sweet and non-sweet foods. Opt for natural sweeteners like honey or maple syrup in moderation instead. No. 8. Biting into a sandwich for lunch. While convenient, biting into a sandwich for lunch can lead to poor posture and neck pain. Prolonged periods of poor posture can cause muscle strain and discomfort, which can worsen over time if not addressed. To prevent this, practice good posture by sitting upright with your shoulders back and your chin level. Consider standing up for part of your lunch break to stretch your muscles and improve circulation. Number 9. Drinking coffee right away. Drinking coffee right away in the morning can be harsh on your body. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 7 hours, meaning that a cup of coffee consumed in the morning can still be in your system, keeping you up by the time you want to go to bed. This can disrupt your sleep schedule and reduce the quality of your sleep. Instead, consider having decaf coffee or herbal tea in the evening to relax without the stimulating effects of caffeine. Number 10. Not stretching. Not stretching in the morning can result in muscle stiffness and reduced flexibility over time. When you don't stretch, your muscles become tight and less elastic, which can lead to discomfort and an increased risk of injury during physical activity. To maintain flexibility, incorporate a few basic stretches into your morning routine. These can include forward bends, side stretches, and gentle twists, which can help increase blood flow and prepare your body for the day ahead. Remember, every morning is a new opportunity to make healthier choices that will benefit you in the long run. Start by identifying the mistakes you've been making in your mornings and find ways to turn them into positive habits. Even small changes like waking up earlier to enjoy a quiet breakfast or taking a few deep breaths before starting work can make a big difference. As you gradually build these healthy habits into your routine, you'll begin to see improvements in your energy levels, focus, and overall well-being. Over time, these small steps can lead to significant changes in your life, helping you live each day to the fullest. So what are some of the morning mistakes that you've made? Feel free to share your experiences in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with others who might benefit from it. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay healthy and full of energy.